In this video, we will discuss about Palo Alto firewall interfaces, especially physical interfaces. So we configure these interfaces on Palo Alto firewall to enable traffic to enter and exit from the firewall. So if I go to my topology, so here I have configured these interfaces 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4 and management to enter the traffic and exit the traffic, or enter the traffic and exit to this site. So for that purpose, I need these interfaces, normally for data transfer. So the traffic can exit and enter to the firewall. And we can use these physical interfaces to connect the firewall to other network devices as well. So in this case, I configure interface 1/1 and 1/2 to the pfSense WAN so that I can connect to here. 1/3 I connected to LAN switch. Similarly, 1/4 I connected to DMZ switch so that I can reach to DMZ server, so that I can reach to the LAN subnet, so that I can reach to management subnet, and I can reach to the internet. So for that purpose, I need to configure these interfaces, and I need interfaces to connect them to other network devices. And even we can configure virtual interfaces inside the device as well. So if I go to network and interfaces, so here you will find these Ethernet are the physical interfaces. I have 24 interfaces. Then we have a virtual VLAN, virtual loopback, virtual tunnel, and SD-WAN. So I have virtual type of interfaces as well and physical type of interfaces as well. I can use these virtual inside for different connectivity purpose and for routing protocol as well, and to send the traffic from one to another. So we have virtual interfaces as well and physical interfaces as well. Physical interfaces, we want to connect them to other network and to exit and enter the traffic using those interfaces. We can configure these interfaces as a virtual wire, as a layer 2, as a layer 3, and as a tape mode, depend on your model. So if I click on this one, suppose this interface, these are the physical interfaces, and here is the type of interfaces. So I have a tape, I have a HA, I have virtual wire, layer 2 and layer 3. So I can configure this interface as a different type. As a tape, just to tape the traffic, means to monitor the traffic only. As a HA for high availability. Virtual wire, just to to join two interfaces, work like a join. Layer 2 is a layer 2 and is a layer 3. So this physical interface can be configured different way. And we have a logical interfaces, I told you. Now these physical interfaces media coming in two type in Palo Alto firewall, copper and fiber optic. You will find fiber optic as well, and you will find copper as well. It depend on the model. So you will find two type of physical interfaces. And logical, I told you, we have VLAN, we have loopback, we have tunnel, we have SD-WAN. Those are the logical type of interfaces which we configure in Palo Alto firewall. Now the physical interface's name is predefined. I'm talking about the physical interfaces. And it's like this. So if we have a single slot of firewall, so the name is the first N is always 1 because this is a slot. So I have Ethernet 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. So 1 will be remain the same. Like in this case, this is single slot of Palo Alto firewall. So I have 1/1, 1/2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9 until 124. So 1 is the same because the firewall I'm using right now is a single slot of firewall. So in that case, the first n is always 1. And you can see those interfaces. I have 24 interfaces. The first one is always 1. And the interface's name will be Ethernet. Even though it supports huge data, but that's just the name of the interface. And type I already told you. Type can be tape, it can be HA. Decrypt mirror is support in other model. Virtual wire, layer 2, layer 3, and aggregate interfaces. Even we have sub interfaces as well. Like this one, I create sub interfaces. Because we need sub interface, I divide 1/4 in 2 parts. So this is sub interface. So now you know the physical interfaces naming in Palo Alto. However, in the multi-slot firewall, it will be like this. So because this is the first slot, so it will be 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till 24, whatever. But the second slot will be 2/1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. So it means the first n represent the slot number. So if the first slot, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the first will be 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, and so on. Second slot will be 2/1, 2/3, 2/4, and 5. Third slot will be 3/1, 3/4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 7, 3, 8, and so on. You get the point? So these are the physical interfaces naming, and it's predefined. You cannot change them, these interfaces. So in Cisco, we have also similar concept and other one. So I show you these interfaces. These are the logical and this is the physical interfaces. And we can create sub interfaces as well. As per our topology, we will create. Now, if we go to here, so we have the interfaces naming. Here we have the interface type, how you want to configure this interface. If you want to attach any management profile, link state, if it is green, so it means it's up. And if it is red, it means it's down. And if it is gray, it means it's not been configured or some other issue. So you will find 3 different states. Also, you can see here as well. The interface status green, and you can see it's up and it's okay. And then we have a red one and we have a gray. So if I go back, so these are the link state, it will show you. Then the IP address, if you assign any IP addresses, you make them as a layer 3 interface, then you need to assign the IP address. Virtual router, which we discussed. If you have a virtual router, this interface belong to which router? So it will show that one. If it is tagged, such as sub interfaces has been tagged with 40 and 50, and these are the untagged interfaces. If we are using VLAN or virtual wire, which is the concept, different concept, so it will show here security zones and SD-WAN interface profile. It will show SD-WAN and upstream net if you have feature, and then we have a comments. Also, you can enable. Yeah, that's it. If I go here, so here you can search them as well if you want. Similarly, the VLAN, virtual, loopback, and SD-WAN. Okay, so this is the way. Also, here you can create sub interfaces. When you click here, from here you can create 8 sub interfaces. And if you create a sub interfaces want to delete, so you can delete those. You cannot delete these one. Okay, if you know that the delete is disabled. This is for the sub interfaces if you created, and you can export all these detail to Excel file as well. Okay, so this is all about. So I show you green and red, and we have a gray. Similarly, the IP address, virtual router, tag, VLAN, and if you enable any feature, it will show the feature as well. It's here, this one. If DHCP is enabled or some other thing is enabled, suppose if I enable some feature on this one so that I can show you, and suppose I enable, let's go to, let me enable something here so that I can show you. Okay, LLDP, let me enable this one. So if I enable, you will see here is, you see LLDP is enabled, so those feature will be shown here. Similarly, if you have any other feature enabled on this interface, those things will be showing here. So setting, let me enable. If I, okay, I need to type many things, so leave it this one. So anything which you enable extra on this interface, so those things will be show under the features. So those are the features such as global protect, so it will show you a sign like this. Link aggregation, it will show you like this. Quality of services, it will show you like this. LLDPI enable, it will show you like this. NetFlow profile, so it will show you, and DHCP client. And then comments, I'll show you 8 sub interfaces you can do. You can delete and you can export the detail. So these are the interfaces type as well. When you click, so you will find different type of interfaces which you can configure. When you click here, so these are the different type of interfaces. Okay, and you can assign the IPs per the IP address. So the IP address can be assigned statically. You need to define. Here is showing the here with subnet mask here. Okay, and if you can assign multiple IPs as well, and then through PPOE as well, and through DHCP you can get the IP address as well. So these are the 3 different types to assign the IP address, which I mentioned here. Okay, as a layer 3, so then you can go to advanced, and then we have a link speed to change, a duplex state, management profile to attach, MTU, and if you want to adjust TCP MSS, okay, maximum segment size, so you can, and untag sub interfaces and all those detail. Similarly, if you make them as a layer 2, then it will show you different features. And if you make them tape, so it will show you different feature. And then we have a loopback interfaces, which we can use for different purpose. Okay, we can use them as a DNS sinkhole. We can use them in a global protect services. We can use them in OSPF and BGP for routing identification. Then we have a tunnel, which is the logical and virtual interface, which we use in VPN, and also we can use them security zone and everything. And then we have a VLAN, which we can configure them as a layer 3 and layer 3 to, to provide routing in layer 3 network. Okay, so we can make a VLAN as well. And we have SD-WAN and the new one as well. So this is VLAN to create. If you click add, so here you can create a VLAN. Okay, and also we have loopback interfaces for multiple purpose we can use, and we have tunnel to use them in VPN, and we have SD-WAN as well. So these are the different type of logical and physical interfaces in Palo Alto Firewall.